We're going to start on the business end of the excavator, on this MIDI excavator. Again, I think there's always a start and a stopping point. We're going to start on the business end because this is where the work gets done, and there's a lot of things that happen on this work end that can be very costly if you're walking around the machine. Again, whether you're buying a machine or taking a trade in, or if you're just inspecting your own machine, there's things you need to make sure you're paying attention to. When I start up front, one of the first things that hits me in the face when I look is I look at this, what is called your bucket cylinder. When I look at the bucket cylinder, I want to pay attention to see how my cylinder is wearing. If I have any scoring, which is marks on the cylinder that can actually take out the seals, and I want to make sure that my cylinder is in good condition and is not scratched up. I want to look and see if I have any damage to actually the casing for the cylinder. Again, you can have cracks because, as you can see, when it gets in the hole, there's things this machine hits, and you can cause definitely damage to the tube. The other thing to pay attention to as we're looking at this machine is if whoever owns it, or if I own it, if me or my guys are greasing it. There's grease zerks in each one of these holes. We want to make sure, because it extends the life of the machine, for these pins to have an easy wear or easy life, because when they dry out, basically you have metal to metal wearing, you'll wear your pins out. And this becomes a very costly fix in this dog bone. You can cause a lot of stress to this, what is called the dog bone. You can see the shape of it, looks like a dog bone. If these pins wear out, some things that may happen, you might have to line bore. Line bore basically means I have to go in here and press drill all the way through to true the hole up, because my pins and bushings have worn in properly because they haven't been greased. This particular machine also has auxiliary hydraulics, and I can see that from here. Auxiliary hydraulics are to run attachments. Again, there are a couple of different types of auxiliary hydraulics. There are single direction auxiliary hydraulics, maybe to run a plate tamper or hammer, and then there's what's called Nibbler breaker hydraulics. Nibbler breaker hydraulics allows hydraulic flow to move in two different directions. So we can do attachments like hydraulic thumbs, open and close. We can do a auger, drill a hole down, drill a hole to back it out. So Nibbler breaker hydraulics. The other thing machines have, and it's very important to look for, is if they have a coupler. You can take this machine, you can direct pin a bucket to it, you can do a mechanical coupler as we have here, or you can do a hydraulic coupler. This particular unit has actually a mechanical coupler. Mechanical couplers on mini excavators and the MIDI class excavators are nice because they're not as heavy as a hydraulic coupler, and on a machine such as a mini or a MIDI class, you want to keep all your hydraulic forces basically to make money with. You want to be productive. The more weight we hang on here, the less productive a mini excavator becomes. So they've chosen a mechanical coupler for this unit. And basically a mechanical coupler in some way, shape, or form might have a pin that has to be pulled and replaced when we go grab a bucket. There's many different configurations of mechanical couplers. This is what we refer to as a Kubota style. It's just how the bucket comes together with the machine. Again, they pull a pin.